All right, it looks like everybody's coming in, so we'll give them a second. All righty. Welcome everyone to the Cristo Rey Network Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution and will be around for the entire session to answer questions. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use that Q&A button on your screen to type questions at any time. This is one of a lot of sessions happening this evening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This session, as well as all the others, are being recorded. They'll be available at strivescan.com/CristoRey. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our first presenter, and that is Wesleyan University.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining this session and spending your evening with a bunch of college admission officers. That shows your dedication to this process. But I'm Taylor Brown. I'm at Wesleyan. I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about my institution. So I'm just going to share my screen really quickly, and you can just let me know if you have any issues seeing it. Okay, is everyone able to see my screen? Hopefully, yes. Okay, fantastic. So like I said, we're at Wesleyan University in Middletown, Connecticut. Just to give you some of the basics, we are a liberal arts and sciences university. Here, like I said, in Middletown. It's a community of 50,000 people or so. The mayor is actually a 2014 Wesleyan alum, which is pretty cool. It's a suburban setting, about 2 hours from Boston and about 2 hours from New York City. The nearest metropolitan area from us is Hartford, Connecticut, so that's about a 25-minute ride from here. It's a pretty vibrant town where students tend to be really engaged and involved. We have a Center for Community Partnerships, in which students are leading all kinds of service initiatives throughout Middletown. By the way, I forgot to mention, I apologize. I've got a student here with me as well. His name is Kavi. Hey, Kavi. So he's happy to man the chat box and the Q&A. So please, you're welcome to shoot questions in either of our directions throughout the session. The most important thing you should know about Wesleyan from an academic perspective is that we have an open curriculum. So that means that we don't have any gen eds. So there's no gen eds, no core requirements, distribution requirements. Essentially, we don't have any list of courses that all students are required to take regardless of their major. So when you apply to Wesleyan, you're not applying to any school or major or college or program. You're just applying to Wesleyan. And the only requirements to graduate are that you're taking 32 courses in total and that you're taking the courses in your majors. So that's around 10 to 15 courses. So everything else is completely up to you. And academically, students will come to us for a lot of reasons. A lot of students come to us for the sciences. We're a very research-heavy institution. Being as a liberal arts college, it's a little bit bigger, that has university designation and a tremendous amount of research funding. We have a lot of students who are engaged in undergraduate research and are able to publish. And so the sciences tend to be a big draw for a lot of our students. We're also well known for having a BA MA program in the sciences. So it kind of dovetails with that strength in the sciences, where you can get a master's degree by doing a 5th-year tuition free. We're also very well known for our performing arts programs. Our alumni include Lin-Manuel Miranda, so the creator of Hamilton, the creators of How I Met Your Mother and Will and Grace and Mad Men and White Lotus, and the director of Transformers. And so there's just a tremendous amount of performing arts strength in our community, but it's decidedly not a conservatory. So you don't have to be a film major, a theater major, a music major in order to take advantage of those opportunities here at Wes. It's very common for students to double major and double minor. We have several majors that are designed to be interdisciplinary. And so you'll see students who are doing film and chem, students who are doing physics and art, and pretty much everything in between. But most importantly, it's important to know that this is an undergraduate-centric institution. The professors are here because they want to get to know you. It is a residential community as well. And so having that undergraduate residential foundation is important to everything that we do. And then I'd also say outside the classroom, there are lots of ways in which our students are engaged. Study abroad is very popular. Just under half the students are studying abroad, and it's open to all majors. So I don't care if and all students. I don't care if you're a varsity athlete. I don't care if you're pre-med. I don't care if you're a double major. There are abroad programs for everyone. There are Wesleyan-led programs in Bologna, Italy, and in Madrid and in Paris. And then there are about 150 other programs spread throughout the globe. We also have a really robust alumni network and internship opportunities that are run from our Career Center. If you find an internship that's unpaid, we actually have a one-time awardable $4,000 to $5,000 summer experience grant. And so that way you're able to really harness powerful career experiences without having to worry about whether or not it pays, since we will pay you for your unpaid internship. And along with what I was saying before, we have $25 million worth of funding from the National Science Foundation every year. So it really bolsters our science research. But I do also want to emphasize the fact that that research is something that really spans the entirety of the campus. So there are students that are, for example, in the government department doing research on voter turnout demographics. There are students who are involved in English who are editing books of poetry with their professor. So research can mean a lot of different things. And then as for things that are going on, on campus outside of academics, like I said, we're a residential community. We are Division III, part of the New England Small College Athletic Conference. We have a rivalry with Williams and Amherst College, so we're the little three, as opposed to Harvard, Princeton, Yale being the big three. Obviously, kind of goes without saying, the arts have many different organizations on campus as well. We even have our own campus farm that grows thousands of pounds of vegetables every year. We have a Center for Prison Education, which is really popular, where students are tutoring courses that professors are teaching for credit at local prisons. There's just a very high degree of civic engagement on our campus. And so that's very palpable. The students here really care about being able to improve the community around them and not just being within the bubble of their campus. And so that's all that kind of engagement is part and parcel to our experience here. And finally, I just wanted to touch a little bit on careers and then admission financially. And I know I'm running low on time, but as you can see from our chart here, in the same way that we have students that are balanced academically, we have folks who are going to pretty much every career under the sun. And then for admission, one thing that we're really excited to share this year is that starting next fall, we've eliminated all loans from our financial aid packages. So we meet 100% of need with no loans. It is a highly selective process. So, we want students who are, getting mostly A's in the most challenging courses, and students who are engaged in their communities. And I do also want to note that with regards to testing, we are test optional. We have been for 10 years. And so it's not something you need to worry about being disadvantaged if you don't submit your scores. So you can apply early decision, you can apply regular decision. We're on the Common App, and we also don't have an essay supplement, so that makes life easy as well. So that's sort of Wesleyan in a nutshell, but I'm happy to answer your questions. Kavi's app, happy to answer any questions at the end as well. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Okay, Fairfield University is up next.
Hello. Let me just share my screen. Perfect. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Nashira Yates. I am one of the assistant directors here at Fairfield, but I'm also a Fairfield alum, so I'm super excited to be here with all of y'all tonight. So let's get right into it. So here at Fairfield, we are located in Fairfield, Connecticut. So we are about an hour and 30 minutes away from New York City. So we are in the beautiful town in Fairfield, Connecticut. We're a beach town, so we're about 2 miles away from the beach, and a lot of our students like to take advantage of that. A little bit about us. We are a Jesuit institution. We are a liberal arts school, so our students are taking a Magis core curriculum that encompasses a lot of different factors into that core. It's about a third of your classes. So depending on your major, you're still taking that core curriculum, but you're also being able to explore within that curriculum as well. Our average class size is about 20 students, give or take. We have about 4,900 undergraduate level students and about 1,200 graduate level students. So we're on the smaller end of a medium-sized campus. We're a Division I in our varsity athletics, and we are represented by 40 different states and 41 countries. Our school comprised of 4 different schools. So it's the College of Arts and Sciences, it's the Dolan School of Business, the School of Engineering and Computing, and then our Egan School of Nursing and Health Studies. Within those 4 schools, we have 52 undergraduate majors and a host of different interdisciplinary minors. The only direct entry program that we do have is our nursing major. So our nursing major is our direct entry only program. But I would say the most popular incoming first year major is undecided. You have until typically your second semester of your sophomore year to declare a major. But if you know what major you're interested in going straight into, you can definitely apply directly into that. Something I also like to talk about is that we have over 100 different student clubs and organizations, and our students are also having the opportunity to study abroad. So our nursing majors and our engineering majors as well can study abroad. Moving along, talking a little bit about who we are. So we like to say we're student-centric, values-based, and outcomes-focused, right? And what that kind of means is we're talking about our relationships with our faculty across campus. We're talking a little bit about the opportunities to really grow, not just in your academic life, right? We want students to grow spiritually, intellectually, physically, things like that. So that encompasses a lot of the Jesuit values that we like to talk about, right? Moving a little bit farther along, talking about applying to Fairfield, we are exclusively on the common application. We do not have a secondary or supplemental essay. It's only that one personal essay. We have been test optional for the past 12 years. So even when I applied to Fairfield, we were test optional. And we also offer optional components such as an interview if you're interested in learning a little bit more. They're done with our senior students who work in our office, who are awesome. So it's a really good way to get to know us, but for us to also get to know you. Talking a little bit about just our partnership with Cristo Rey School. So I am the Cristo Rey liaison in the office, which is really awesome because I get to work with a lot of the Cristo Rey schools. But something that I really want to highlight here is talking about our Company Scholar program. Our Company Scholar program is something that's really awesome. It's a new program in the past few years, and it is specifically for students who are graduating from a Cristo Rey school or a Jesuit school. And there's no separate application. So you're applying to Fairfield University and you're automatically considered, right? This is a full cost, full year, 4-year tuition scholarship that includes room and board and all of those fees and things of that nature. So we are hoping that students who are interested in or have a passion in social justice, so that's kind of what we're looking for when we're thinking about the Company Scholar program. This cohort this year, we're hopefully going to have 25 students coming from across the nation, which is really exciting. And there's one-on-one mentorship included in that and a host of different things. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please feel free to reach out to me. But I do want to hit a little bit on the cost of attendance and things of that. So the same way you get an admissions counselor like me, you would get someone that you would work with in financial aid as well. You're automatically considered for merit scholarship, and that ranges between $15,000 and $28,000, and you're automatically considered for that. Then you're filling out the FAFSA and the CSS profile, kind of by those priority deadlines. Just keep an eye out since FAFSA has been saying they're going to release that in December. So you want to just keep an eye out on when those kind of changes might be coming. And then we're a pretty hefty price, but we love to work with our Cristo Rey students, and especially talking with what the cost is and things of that nature and how we can help to make that cost not be as much of a barrier. So yeah, it's a little bit about Fairfield. I do want to say that if you are interested in talking to a current student that comes to Fairfield, could be from a Cristo Rey school, we are happy to do that. We have interns in our office that love to connect with students and answer the questions that they may have. Just a little bit more about Fairfield in general. Our students are really involved, right? And I think that that's super cool because we guarantee housing all 4 years, so we're a pretty residential campus. And what that means is we have a lot of students that, they get really involved. So not only in our clubs and our sports and things of that nature, but service as well. Campus ministry is a really awesome place on campus. They do a host of different retreats and things of that nature. So we're really here to to kind of focus with the students and kind of walk with them on the pathway that they're on, kind of helping them to find their vocation. So that's something that I always like to talk about. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more, I know I'm running low on time. So I just want to say thank you so much for letting me speak with all y'all today, and hopefully we'll be able to answer any questions you may have.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, next up is Albertus Magnus College.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jason. I'd love to share everything with you. So let me just share screen. Okay, so yeah, again, I'm Jason from Albertus Magnus College. So some facts about Albertus. Well, we are located in New Haven, Connecticut. It's a very metropolitan city. We're about hour and a half, hour and 40-minute train ride to New York City, 2-hour drive to Boston, 3-hour to DC, 2.5 to Philly. So we're really in a good area. There's also the beach nearby too. It's not too far. Albertus Magnus is a Catholic institution, and we are also a liberal arts school. So we have 50 plus programs, majors, all that kind of thing. Some of our popular programs, criminal justice, business, psychology, but we have sociology, supply chain management, biology. Just there's so many different things you can get yourself into here. And then the new one this year is nursing. We just started our own nursing school. The first cohort will go through this fall. We're really excited. We have a 4-year nursing program, same qualifications to get in as any of the other programs. So it's really exciting to have. So a little bit about our school. We're about 1,200 students. So we're on the smaller end of sizes. Student faculty ratio is about 14:1. Average class size 15, 14, very small classes. You really get to have that unique and personal connection with your faculty, your classmates. It's that very small and unique way of learning. So some of the housing on campus. So we have some unique housing. So the first year, not so much. First year, your regular dorms, nothing too crazy with that. But for sophomores, juniors, and seniors, they get to live in mansions on campus. We have 3 or 4 mansions on campus that are repurposed for student living. So it's really cool. You and your friends live in, a big house with kitchen and bathrooms and all that kind of stuff, as opposed to living in an apartment or a dorm. So it's kind of a really neat way. If you think about like a movie you might have watched, like a sorority movie or something, where you see all of them living in the same house, that kind of thing. That's the kind of thing it is. We have free laundry, free parking, and first-year students can have a car on campus. So New Haven. So a little bit about New Haven. There is so much to do in New Haven. It's a gorgeous little city. Concerts. There's tons of concert venues, tons of restaurants, tons of art galleries and museums. Also, Yale is embedded here. And we actually are neighbors to Yale. Our campus borders theirs. So it's really neat. Some of the things that we, use is like the Yale shuttle that's free to our students. So we aren't directly in the city like Yale is. We're towards the end. So you can take the shuttle to downtown, doesn't cost you anything, and that kind of thing. So it's really nice. So yeah, we have tons of clubs and organizations. We have community service, campus activities. Our students are really into these different things. And let's say we don't have a club or organization. It's very easy to get started. You have 5 of your friends, you know what you want to do, and you guys kind of can get involved in that. We are Division III athletic teams. So basically what that means is, still competitive. You're still, practicing and working a lot with your teammates, but there aren't scholarships for Division III. That's pretty much the big thing. And some of the big sports we have are hockey. We have men and women ice hockey. They're relatively new and they're very popular, and it's getting a lot of students from all over the place. We have a lot of Canadian students this year, and that kind of thing. About 98% of our students either are in their career or go on to more education, getting like their master's or something like that. I think because we're so small, we're able to get our students geared up and into their, into what they want to do. I know for a fact that our career and development department, they're not just there for students to go and ask about their resume, go and ask about internships, though they seek the students out. By sophomore year, they've talked to all the students, they get their goals, their ideas, and they work with them. So the students know them by name, they know the students, and it works really well. It helps, it just helps. And getting their internships and resumes worked up to getting into the real world. So let's talk about money a little bit. So don't let these numbers scare you. Tuition, room and board, estimated fees, because you will get a scholarship, but this is what it is. But every student gets at least that is accepted gets at least $40,000 a year, or sorry, over 4 years. So what that looks like is your merit scholarship. Your merit scholarship is based off of your, GPA, your application, and it's up to $24,000, which is, if you saw $38,000 is tuition, it's over half of that. So it's a really good scholarship. There's some additional scholarships as well. I'm going to end my time soon, so it's not going too long. Just real quick, application. We are also test optional. We ask for a personal essay and your transcript, unofficial transcript with the application, and that's it. All right, well, that is my time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, the George Washington University is up next.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Lee Dawson. Let me see if I can go ahead and continue that there. Oh, let me see if I can get my screen sharing going here. Let's see, Google Chrome. I share it. Did it work?
Don't see it yet.
All right, let me see if I can share it. Let me see here. 1 second. Apologies. I got to share Zoom. There we go. Sorry for the delay, everyone. All right. It may make me want to close it out and do it again. I don't know if it'll let me do it or not. We'll see. There we go. I think we got it now. All right. Can everybody see my screen okay?
Yes.
All right. Let me just kind of move this out the way here. Apologize for the delay. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Lee Dawson. I'm from the George Washington University. We are located, as the screen says, in Washington, D.C. Usually when you think of George Washington University, you think of politics, and it's true. Why students choose George Washington is because you're in Washington, D.C. It's kind of the center of the politics world. But George Washington is known for many different things besides politics. It's known for engineering. It's known for business. It's known for the arts. It's known for medicine, a variety of different things. So we're located in the heart of D.C. And usually people think of us, we are a global community. And that's kind of what strikes a lot of folks. If I could just kind of draw your attention here in terms of where we're located at, the thing that students like about GW is as an urban community. You'll see that we're in close proximity to many things that you're familiar with: the White House, the Washington Monument, Kennedy Arts Center, Pan American Health Organization, IMF, just to name a few. And so this idea that when students come to George Washington, there's this sense of culturalism, there's a sense of globalness about the community. But usually when I think about George Washington, I think about tier 1 research institution. I think about I think about internships. I think about study abroad, and also think about this sense of community that you come in. We're located, as I said, in Washington, D.C. We're a short distance away from Baltimore, from Philadelphia, from New York, and even from Boston. So students have this mobility about them when coming to the institution. as students are on campus, we try to provide different ways for students to explore. Even being there 4 years, there's so much to see and do in Washington, D.C., but we provide students with a means to be able to use the metro system, use the busing system for ways to get around. Although students, many students have bikes, GW is a campus that it's very convenient for students to walk around and kind of get from place to place. That's what students like about it. There are 2 campuses with George Washington. There's the Foggy Bottom campus, which is the center of DC. You also have the Mount Vernon campus, which is maybe about 15 minutes away. The distinguishing thing about the Foggy Bottom campus is it's going to be about 20 blocks. You can bike a ride to the national park like 5 minutes. You're 4 blocks away from the White House. In terms of the Mount Vernon campus, there's 6 residence halls, 25 acres, cafe, and so all within this institution, you'll have opportunities to kind of get to know your classmates, but also to be a very social community overall. In terms of the student population, there's about 11,000 undergraduates at George Washington, 130 countries represented, 50 different states represented, and average class size is about 30 students. So when you're on GW campus, you do definitely feel like you're part of a global community. You'll see students from around the world, and it just kind of reinforces that if that's what you like in a university, George Washington is going to be a great opportunity for you to discover. There are 7 colleges within George Washington. There's Arts and Sciences, Columbia College of Arts and Sciences, School of the Art and Design, School of Media and Public Relations, Elliott School of International Affairs, the School of Public Health, and the Engineering, Applied Sciences, and finally the School of Business. So students, when you apply, you'll apply to one of the colleges, and within that, there's some variability. Of course, you can double major, you can dual major, and there's no special prerequisites for some of these majors. Although if you're looking at engineering, I want to see more of a math base to your studies. Or if you're looking at, let's say, a science-based major like medicine or something along those lines, I want to see a nice biology or chemistry background coming into the situation. In terms of outcomes, usually 61% of our students are employed globally, 26% in graduate school, 5% go into other activities, and 9% are still seeking employment. There's about 310,000 alumni worldwide. But the thing that I like about George Washington is this idea of reach. So there's this, it's a resource-rich institution. So a lot of our students tend to go on and do internships in Congress or at the White House or NIH or FDA or you name it, or IMF. So that's where students really kind of can take a hold of all that GW has to offer. We're going to be a test optional institution, so you don't need an SAT or ACT to get in to be considered for acceptance to George Washington. There's early decision 1 and 2, and then also regular decision. And it's just your personal preference for what you want to do. You can see on my screen here by November 1st, if you want to do early decision 1, by January 5th, if you want to do early decision 2, and regular decision by January 5th. So you have those as options. Outside of that, there's a lot more we could share with you about that. But if you're looking to be a part of a global community and have a rich resource based university, you're going to find that George Washington has that available to you, and this access to locations throughout the city, which really makes it really a great opportunity for our students. That's all I have for now. A lot more I could share, but I'll stop there for now.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, Georgetown University is next.
Hi, everyone. My name is Caroline Ferris. Sorry, I was going to share my screen. And I am happy to be talking to you about Georgetown University. We were founded in 1789, making us the oldest Catholic and Jesuit university in the United States. We were founded by Archbishop John Carroll, whom you see here. This statue is in the geographic center of our compact 110-acre campus. John Carroll did found Georgetown University in what was then the state of Maryland, but it is currently in the District of Columbia, not too far from Lee at George Washington University. We have 7,000 undergraduates on our campus. We have an incoming class each year of 1,600, and students apply directly into one of our 5 undergraduate schools. So students are applying into the College of Arts and Sciences, the School of Nursing, the Walsh School of Foreign Service, the McDonough School of Business, or the School of Health. We have 45% of our students who identify as students of color, and 12% of our students identify as first gen. We do have students from all 50 states and the District of Columbia, together with Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. We have students from more than 80 countries on our campus, and we have a 3-year housing requirement. So students are required to live on our campus for 3 of their 4 years. Students live on campus the first 2 years, and then they can pick one of the other 2 years to go study abroad or to live off campus nearby with a group of friends. So on our campus, we have the Center for Multicultural Equity and Access, and CMEA, as we call it, is they provide an intentional and culturally relevant programming. They provide services and opportunities to foster student success inside and outside the classroom. And they actively promote access for educational attainment and social prosperity within diverse populations on our campus. GSP, you see there, the Georgetown Scholars Program, was founded in 2004. It has served over 2,600 students and graduates, most of whom were first generation. They were the first students in their family to attend college, and this is a signature program at Georgetown. Currently, GSP, they provide program support for over 650 undergraduate students, and the program works with students as they navigate through the elite higher educational process. Their mission is to work toward a more equitable college experience for first-gen and low-income students, and they graduate at the same rate that all of our students graduate, which is at 94%. Then you see the Community Scholars Program. That is a part of the GSP. CSP is a part of GSP, and the CSP program contributes to successful retention and graduation of our undergraduate students, who are often the first in their families to attend college, and they often represent a diverse racial and ethnic background. So we're very proud of these signature programs here at Georgetown. So we do have a vibrant campus culture together with the Georgetown neighborhood, which starts at our front gates and follows the Potomac River down to the heart of the Georgetown neighborhood. That is a community that our students are a part of. As I mentioned, we have housing for 3 of their 4 years on our campus, and students might live in a Georgetown townhome in the Georgetown neighborhood under the umbrella of Georgetown Housing. The townhomes that you see here are the ones that are located just across the street from our front gates. The performing arts are alive and well at Georgetown. You don't have to be majoring in music or dance or theater to participate, and students can also take advantage of participating in club, intramural, or varsity sports. The third community our students are a part of is the greater Washington, D.C. area. You see our compact campus here with the Potomac River on the right. The Francis Scott Key Bridge takes you across to Northern Virginia. You see the Washington Monument in the center of the slide. That is in the heart of all the monuments on the National Mall. And so students are able to just take advantage of the greater DC area. Our professors also take advantage of Washington, DC and use it for those experiential educational opportunities. Applying to Georgetown, our office is need blind, which means we don't admit a student based on their ability to pay. And the Office of Student Financial Services, which is where you send the FAFSA and the CSS profile, is committed to meeting 100% of demonstrated need. We also have fee waivers available for students who are not able to pay the application fee. With regard to applying to Georgetown, we have our own application, which means we remain a double-digit admit rate school. Our application becomes available to seniors on June 1st or early June before their senior year, and we have 2 deadline dates: early action November 1st and regular decision January 10th. Early action is non-binding, and students are able to find out before winter break if they are admitted or deferred. If students are admitted, then they don't have to tell us that they're coming until they find out all the financial aid options available to them, all the places where they've been admitted, and then they choose Georgetown by May 1st. If students are deferred, their application is read again during the regular round with all the bits of information that weren't available to students when they applied by that November 1st deadline. We do have a holistic review process, and we take a look at the academic side of your application, which includes your high school record or your high school transcript. We look at you in context of your high school, and we are not test optional. We do require one SAT or one ACT. We don't have a preference for which one, but we do require one. We're not score choice, so if you do take more than one standardized test, we do want to see you in context of your entire testing history. And then on the personal side of your application, we have a series of short answer and essay prompts. Each of the 5 schools does have its own essay prompt. We do admit by committee here at Georgetown. And so the deans and professors of the committee are very interested in reading how you answer the prompt to their school. We also require one teacher recommendation letter, one counselor recommendation letter, and then you get to tell us about your activities and the things that you're doing outside of class. We also have an alumni conversation that you get to meet with an alum in your area and have a conversation with them. They graduated from Georgetown. You get to find out all about what it's like to be a student from someone who graduated from Georgetown. On graduation day, we have a 94% 4-year graduation rate. So that group of students that you are starting Georgetown with, that cohort of 1,600, they are your family, your Hoya family. And we have a 98% retention rate from first year to second year because students are choosing to apply to Georgetown. And so that retention rate is 98% from first year to second year. So I will go ahead and stop sharing my screen now. And sorry about that. And turn it over to who's next.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Next up is Bowdoin College.
Hi, folks. Thanks so much for taking some time. I know that this has been a real trek, so thanks for being here. I'm just going to pop a reminder in and say, if you have any questions for any of us, please ask them in the Q&A. I won't be offended if people are asking and answering questions while I'm talking, but please just, we're all here for you. So please go ahead and ask any questions that you have for any of us in the chat or in the Q&A rather, and all of our institutions are happy to answer. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Hopefully that did it. All right, welcome to Bowdoin College. My name is Jackie. I am a member of the class of 2012, and I'm here representing Bowdoin College, which is a small liberal arts college located along the coast of Maine. The first thing that I would like to do is to just zoom out and talk about what a liberal arts and sciences college is. And the main thing to know about liberal arts colleges is that we do not have graduate schools attached to us, so we don't have engineering schools or medical schools. We are fully focused on the undergraduate learning experience with a focus on a broad curriculum before you choose your major halfway through your sophomore year. Small liberal arts colleges pride ourselves on small class sizes. We have an average class size of about 10 students with a really big focus on faculty interaction, and students primarily live together in a residential community. I would highlight that students at liberal arts colleges have really tremendous access to research in the sciences. And I would highlight that access to research means that twice as many graduates of liberal arts colleges go on to obtain a PhD in the sciences compared to graduates of other schools. So with that foundation laid, Bowdoin is a selective liberal arts college of about 1,850 students located in coastal Maine. Pictured here is our beautiful student union alongside our mascot. We are the Bowdoin College Polar Bears. We are located way up there on the coast of Maine. We are about 3 miles away from the Atlantic Ocean, but I would highlight that we welcome students from all over the country and from all over the world. It is really important that our classrooms represent about a third of our class had an international background, and about 21% of our incoming class first generation college, as well as about 40% of our domestic identifying. talked a little bit before events and what you can study. This is meant to be a little bit for you to take a look at the a little bit more distillation. I'm going to give you a second to look at this before slide, but if you would like to get a quick head, most popular majors at Bowdoin listed in alphabetical order. Every year, government and legal, or what other schools would call political science, is the most popular major, but you can social sciences and sciences. 40 students declare a major and a minor. So what I would highlight is that liberal arts colleges are really open to making sure that you are able to explore your interests across the curriculum. Students, it is very common to have students who are double majoring or majoring and minoring across the curriculum in seemingly disparate places, right? It's very common to see like a biology and art history double major, or an environmental studies and math major. So know that you can really explore across your interests here. What we're looking for in our student body are students who are really curious, who are really excited by interdisciplinary learning, who are excited by the idea of complexity infusing the things that they're studying. I mentioned that we're located along the coast of Maine, and one of our hallmark programs is in a center called the Schiller Coastal Study Center, which is 120 acres of land about 20 minutes south of campus that we own, where our students are doing daily research into effects of climate change, invasive species, and are really able to get their hands dirty and their feet wet, as you can see in that Coastal Study Center. Part of that program is the Coastal Studies Semester, where you spend a semester taking classes down there in marine sciences and earth and oceanographic sciences. So if environmental studies is something you're interested in, this is a really incredible resource for our students to be doing research. I always take a pause a little bit into the presentation to say all of these things are phenomenal. We are really excited by the education that we offer, but I would also highlight that what separates Bowdoin from our other liberal arts peers is our focus on the common good, and the fact that we really want our students to be thoughtful about why they are being educated, how they're being educated, and why that's important. And we really fundamentally believe in the service of the common good, both on campus through our community service initiatives, but also after leaving Bowdoin, that our students are infused with the ethos of the common good for their education. That means that our campus is collaborative and not at all competitive. We really focus on students working together. And that's also why we have such emphasis on our relationships with our professors and our students with that close mentorship. For our students who want to enact that common good directly after graduation, these are some of the employers of Bowdoin graduates. They are nonprofit employers for some of our students who are going into that. But I would also emphasize that Bowdoin students go into the for-profit world, hoping to carry, we hope, carrying with them the ethos of the common good to work at some of the most impactful organizations on earth. About 20% of our students go directly into graduate school after their time at Bowdoin. And these are the graduate schools that they're going to for medical school, law school, and so on and so forth. I also just want to touch on financial aid really quickly. We are need blind for all applicants in our student body. Your family's ability to pay is never a factor or barrier to admission. We meet 100% of calculated need with grants and not loans. And the average financial aid package for incoming students would range all the way up to our full tuition, room, and board, including money for textbooks. We do waive the application fee for any students who are applying for financial aid or who will be first in their family to graduate from a four-year college. This policy makes us one of only 7 colleges or universities in the US that can say those. And for my last slide, I would also emphasize that as part of our financial aid, we are really cognizant of making sure that we take care of our students to and through college. And so alongside that financial aid, we want to make sure that students have access to the resources they need. So every single incoming first-year student receives a MacBook Pro, an iPad Mini, Apple Pencil, and of course, access to software for all of those to run on to make sure that our students are on equal footing when they enter our classrooms during that first year. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Hopefully I didn't go over time, and I'm very happy to answer any questions, and I know our lovely facilitator has some for us.
Yeah, thank you. So while I do have some questions I'd love to ask, we are running a little bit low on time here. So while we have a couple minutes to wrap up, if anybody has some last minute questions that you want to put in the chat, or if any of our for our presenters want to share your information in the chat, feel free to do that now while I wrap things up. So we want to send a huge thank you to our participants for joining us this evening. There are a lot of things happening tonight and Saturday, so feel free to jump in there. Thank you to our presenters for putting your information together. We very much appreciate your time today as well. We do encourage you to check the schedule, sign up for more sessions if you're interested. You'll be able to find this recording as well as all the other recordings at strivescan.com/Cristo Rey. And that is it for us this evening. Thank you all so much and have a great rest of the day.